It might not be the first thing that comes into your mind, but the dynamics of weather have an important impact on your assets. In case of an earthquake, for example, your infrastructure might be damaged. This might prevent your water assets from delivering water to your clients, result in substantial costs because of the water infrastructure shutdown, and generate bad publicity for your asset. So, it is crucial that you monitor the weather conditions of your assets. But where to start? Much information is available online. Information on weather forecasts and alerts in case of unusual weather conditions. What information to use? This is where we, Asset Watch, come into the picture. Our goal is to make weather one less thing to worry about. So how are we going to do that? Well, we will provide you with exactly the information you need. In particular, we will provide information on the type of unusual weather condition that occurs, to what extent your assets are affected, and we put everything into perspective by providing useful information that will help you evaluate the impact of your asset. But let's discuss each step more in depth. Of course, it is important to know if the weather condition is in fact unusual. So how are we determining this? In order to get an idea of the usual, we use time series analysis to construct the type of weather that we would expect given the climate zone and the time of the year. So everything in between here is normal and considered usual. As a next step, we need to plot the actual weather condition. The actual weather, however, is difficult to predict, especially the unusual weather condition. Therefore, we cooperate with experts of the field and receive up-to-date weather information and alerts based on weather APIs. The results are plotted in this graph. Another question you might ask yourself is, once you've identified an unusual weather condition, how does it affect my assets? In order to address that, we provide an intuitive overview of those assets that are hit by the unusual weather condition. Of course, information is only relevant when put into perspective. Let's say, for example, that London is hit by an earthquake. Would you evaluate this as a high impact or low impact incident? Of course, the impact is very high because being a big city, London has a high demand for water. A small village, on the other hand, has a lower water demand. Therefore, the impact will be not as high. To account for this, we rank the affected city by water impact. But not only the demand side is important, it is also crucial to consider the impact on the affected water assets. Does the asset which is hit usually supply a high quantity of water, or is it of rather minor importance? This is something you might want to know, don't you? In order to account for this, we also rank the affected water assets by the quantity of water they supply. Which assets?